I'm not gonna lie, I am surprised by the unfortunate news that is coming out of Tesla today. I really wasn't even thinking about how good or bad Q4 could be for them. I just assumed it was going to be really, really good. Well, apparently that's not the case. So let me talk about. Well, I'll tell you what's happening, and I'll definitely tell you what I think is going to happen in 2019 this year, based on the news that we're hearing today. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. And right away, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of my new Patreons, Sean Brannon. Thank you so much, Sean, for supporting the show. If you want to keep the show independent for this full-time YouTuber, please support me there. There's a link in the description of this video. And of course, one of the perks is that you get to watch me live. Let's talk about the news that's coming out of Tesla today. The big headline is that they're cutting their force, the workforce by 7%. Now, yes, they've increased that force by 30% last year, but that was to pretty much support the Model 3 production, and I'm actually feel like it's pretty modest, I guess, a gain. A lot of people think it is a pretty big gain, but the company is going like crazy. Obviously, they're, the production triple, quadruple, and so forth. So cutting it down by 7%, and I really hope they're not taking it from customer service or like body shops or whatever, because I mean, I've just done quite a few videos about all the issues they've been having. But what's really kind of disturbing is in the letter that Elon sent, I guess, last night to his employees, to his entire staff, is that as well as they've done last year in terms of numbers, in terms of success, he says that it looks like they haven't audited their final numbers yet, but it looks like they are actually not going to be making as much profit in Q4 as they made in Q3. Now, I personally thought that just basing on all the numbers and production a ramp up, that the Q4 is going to be better than the Q3. Q3 showed profit, modest profit, I believe about 4%. But really, with all of say and the push that they've made right at the end of the year, just kind of trying to clear everything, I would have thought that the profit would not only just stay but grow. And the fact that it looks like it's not, that's pretty concerning, because Q1 is going to be a tough one as well, right? Like a lot of these cars have not made it to Europe yet. They haven't started delivering them in Europe, but the sales in the United States and Canada, you can only assume are going to fall after the cut of the federal tax credit, after all big, sales push, plus it's January anyway. So that's usually tough sales a month for electric cars historically. So based on this, does this mean that Q1 that they actually going to be once again at a loss? Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick experiment in the comment section right now. Go ahead and say profitable if you think that Tesla is going to manage to be profitable in Q1, or loss or something like that in the comment section, to believe if they're actually going to lose money in Q1, and let's see which side wins really. And we will never know. Well, we will not know until they give us a Q1 results way back in a few months. But I'm wondering if this is the beginning of some trouble, and I believe it is. Now, while you're putting that in a comment section, let me remind you guys that this video and this channel is sponsored by the StarmanGifts.com, the home of the adventures of Starman, a pretty awesome comic book right here. I think it's more than a comic book if you ask me, but there's a discount code in the description of this video. Go ahead and grab it, and there are quite a few other cool things that they feature on that site, so go ahead and check that out. All right, so here's why I think things are not looking good for Tesla this year, and I'm kind of saying it disappointingly, because I really thought last year was great for like kind of a ramping up Model 3 and kicking everyone's butts. And I thought this year was all going to be about making profits. But this could be a tough year. And that's what Elon actually said in the newsletter. He said, there's some tough times ahead. Now, again, I really hope this is not all this cuts and maybe money and staff is not from the customer service. I think that's going to be bringing the brand down, as we've talked already. So you can watch that video separately. But I think they're gonna be in trouble. I think they're gonna be operating at a loss in Q1 because one, the sales are gonna suffer in general. Two, don't forget they cut all of the prices by $2,000. Three, they're no longer selling Model S and Model X at affordable premium prices, right? They started now into the 90s. I think that's also going to damage some sales. And on top of that, they're saying selling mid-range, and then obviously in sometime this year they will be selling the $35,000 version, and that will probably, not probably, that will definitely cut into the profit margin once again. Reducing the workforce by 7%, I think you can only get away with it for so long because they now need to start working Model Y. Obviously, their factory in Shanghai is something that I don't know if they count that. It's just in the US. Either way, I'm concerned. By the way, the Tesla stock today is also just completely like plummeted right now. It's like between 12 and 13% down. That's another concern. It's almost under 300 once again. I really kind of thought that this stock was really gonna hit 400 this year because I didn't know Elon was gonna get on Twitter this heavily last year. So I'm concerned, and I think the Q1 is going to be at a loss. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'll also let me know why. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.